Good afternoon. Deb Rodenbaugh Schaub here with K-State Alumni Association Career Services. And today we are going to talk about a topic that comes up very often with my conversations with those alum who are in job search mode. And I think it's probably the greatest challenge right now for those who are not aware of it. So we're going to revisit the applicant tracking system, the ATS software that's involved with the online application process. So many companies use the ATS software to fill all of their various positions from entry to senior, most likely used by companies which have 100 employees or more. But the thing is the cost of that software and the service to use that software decreases and decreases to the point where more and more companies are signing up to use it regardless of company size. So this is applicable to you, and I would really keep it in mind no matter what size company that you are looking at. It's important when it comes to online application system submissions. So why would these companies use this system? And there are a lot of reasons: to manage applications if they're in a situation where they're receiving several hundred submissions for a particular position. It helps also with their to make sure that they're not involved with any discriminatory hiring practices. It really helps toward that goal. And it also screens out and filters those applications that are not really relevant to the position. So in that sense, saving HR time on their end. So they can really devise a number of different algorithms within that software. So they could say, we want the applications reviewed that are in certain geographic areas or so many certain years of experience in a certain industry. But really the major criteria that stumps almost everyone is the fact that there's the criteria that provides a percentage of match of keywords and phrases that are in that job posting detail to what that job seeker submits. So it's a very specific, determined ranking and file, a category that's given to each one of those submissions through ATS based upon the percentage of match between those keywords and phrases. So between the job posting detail and what's submitted, and it makes a huge difference. So for the job seeker, for anyone out there in job search mode, it's so important to tailor every one of your submissions to the detail in that particular job posting. So just some quick tips about ATS. That system, the formatting is so important, and really simplest is best when it comes to ATS online. Some of the fonts that are easy to use, easily read by ATS would be Verdana, Arial, Tahoma would be a few of those. Suggested size, 11-point font size or larger. But here are some important do not include photos, graphics, shading, boxes, columns, charts, graphs. Those types of things really choke up the ATS system, and often they'll just get stuck and just fall into a black hole, and it never really reaches that employer. So that's really important. Make sure that you're aware of some of those, the things that you should not do that I've just explained here. And really, simplest is best. Clearly defined sections within your information is important for your education, your work experience, your professional organizations, your honors and awards, that type of information. And edit thoroughly and be very careful with spell check, because if a word is spelled wrong and it's one of those key words but is spelled wrong, then ATS is not going to identify that as a match for that keyword. So those proofreading efforts are really important. The higher the ranking, of course, based upon that percentage match that's assigned to that application by ATS, is really going to determine whether your application lands in front of human eyes or not. So it's important. One special note, developers have really tweaked the software over the last 12 months. At one time, a person could actually copy paste an entire job posting and include it at the very bottom of the application submission. In that way, it was keyword stuffing, basically, and so it gave this huge percentage match. Well, that was figured out, and that has now come to an end. So it's important to have those keywords in there. Some will even use a word cloud app and take that entire job posting, insert it into that word cloud app, and you'll be able to easily identify visually what the keywords are. Or actually, even simpler is just to be natural and honest and forthright in the way that you are answering point by point the details that were provided in the job posting. So if it says create and oversee a budget, you want to say have created and provided oversight of budgets. So it's really a matter of answering and mirroring the points within that particular job posting. So the bottom line is much relevant information as possible is so important. And the thing too is, remember that this is not the end all be all of your job search action steps, of course. You still want to do things like make sure your LinkedIn is in top-notch form, very comprehensive and inclusive of all of the information that you want to be providing. Network, whether that's networking through technology or face-to-face at conferences or expos or Chamber of Commerce meetings or civic organizations, wherever it is that you're able to be out there networking. It's so important. Remember, probably 60% of positions are never posted. Those hidden jobs are filled by the external referrals and internal referrals, and that unsolicited resume that just really arrives at the right time and place to an employer and happens to fit the need that they have. So keep all of those layers of visibility in mind. Make sure you optimize all of those. So we covered a lot today. We'll see you next time. Keep in mind the membership here at the K-State Alumni Association does include the benefit of 2 hours of free career services here, and so it's only $40 a year and $20 a year for the recent grads. So hope you take advantage of that. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for tuning in.